Hello friends and welcome to Parks Crafty Creations. If you're new here, I'm your host Brian Parks. Whether you're brand new to sewing or you've been stitching for years, we all run into this one universal frustration: seam ripping. Well, you're not going to believe what I'm using as a seam ripper these days. It's fast, it's precise, and it might just be the best sewing tool you didn't know you needed. And no, it's not a fancy gadget from the craft or sewing store. In fact, it wasn't even made for sewing. Before we get into it, if you enjoy this content, be sure to give us a like below, as it really does help out the channel. Do it now please, and if you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll always be notified whenever a new video drops. I've tried all sorts of seam rippers, from fancy handmade ones that cost a small fortune, to super utilitarian ones, like this one from Fiskars, with replaceable blades specifically designed for sewing. They all have just one big problem in common. Well, okay, several. To start, you have to have some really good vision, or some pretty darn good magnifying glasses. And they're slow. Picture it, you just ran a long line of stitches, maybe a few feet worth, before you realized you made a mistake. Or the machine in fact bird nested on the back, so you have to rip out all of this. And since this is a nightmare, let's make it worse, and tack on that it's late at night and you have to have this project done by the morning. So time is of the essence. We've all been there, and if you haven't, I promise, one day you will be. So what is this unicorn of a tool that I think should be in every sewing room? Meet the newest tool you'll wonder how you ever did without: the Wahl Pet Hair Trimmer. Yes, you heard that right. This is actually marketed as an electric pet hair trimmer, but it excels as a small, lightweight, easy to use seam ripper. A pet grooming tool that can save your sewing sanity, and maybe even your fingertips? Who'd have thought it? Let's get into it. The Wahl trimmer is typically used for trimming pet hair, but its small, fast-moving blades are perfect for cutting thread while providing a low risk of harming your fabric. It's especially great for long seams or times when your manual seam ripper just isn't cutting it. Literally. It's kind of like bringing a power tool into your sewing room. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good shortcut? Especially when that shortcut really does work. Now, I'm going to let you in on a dirty little secret. You can find this on Amazon at the time of this video for around $10 by searching Wahl Compact Trimmer. But if you search electric seam ripper, you'll find the exact same trimmer without the Wahl name on it, branded specifically as a seam ripper. And because they're calling it an electric seam ripper, they're nearly tripling the price to $27.99 at the time of this video. The difference? None. Just one is branded as a pet hair trimmer, and the other is branded as a seam ripper. Now, let's take a look at how to actually use this thing. First, I like to get mine started a little. Use your manual seam ripper to snip the first few stitches so you can gently pull the fabric apart to expose the seam. I usually flip my project to the bobbin side for this. Those stitches are usually looser. With your project on a flat surface, hold the trimmer flat against the stitches and glide it along the seam between the two pieces of fabric. No pressure needed, just let the blades do the work. Just a word of caution for my new sewists out there. Even though I've run through this pretty fast and haven't had a problem, you still need to be careful. These are blades sharp enough to cut thread, and it's very possible to nick and ruin your fabric if you're not watching what you're doing. So exercise caution. And if you've never done this before, maybe practice a time or two on some scraps before you need to do this on an actual project. While I've known some people that have done this, I've still found it safer than taking a scalpel or an X-Acto blade to my stitching. This may be my own opinion, but I do believe it is great for beginners because it reduces the chance of accidentally ripping your fabric and potentially accidentally cutting yourself. Hey, accidents happen. And for my experienced sewist, it'll save you so much time on long seams and fiddly projects. Here's when I reach for my trimmer. Long seams like skirt panels, pants legs, or quilt rows. Thick or stable fabrics like cotton, denim, or canvas. Ripping top stitching or basting threads, but I'd skip it for very delicate or lightweight fabrics. and anything that's already fraying or fragile. A quick note on care. After each use, brush out any lint or thread bits from the blade area. Keeping it clean will make it last longer and keep the cuts nice and smooth. And since it's battery powered, you'll want to swap in fresh batteries regularly for best performance. I know it might sound odd at first, but once you try it, you'll wonder why this wasn't in your sewing kit from the start. It's fast, it's easy, and it turns one of sewing's most dreaded tasks into something, dare I say, kind of satisfying. So whether you're just learning to sew or you've been at it for years, the wall pet trimmer seam ripper trick is one of those sewing room hacks that actually makes life easier. Let me know in the comments. Have you tried this? Are you going to? Or do you have your own off-label sewing tools you swear by? If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe for more sewing tips, tricks, and tutorials. And ring that notification bell icon so you'll never miss out whenever a new video drops. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm Brian Parks for Parks Crafty Creations. We'll see you next time.